Part 13, we're starting on round 94 using color B. We want to start at any of the corner front post double crochet of round 93. And we will place a front post double around that front post double crochet. Chain 1, front post half double crochet around this next stitch, chain 1, front post single around the next stitch, chain 1, and front post single around that third double crochet, chain 1, front post single around the cluster, chain 1, and we'll do that 2 more times. Front post single, chain 1, front post single around the cluster, chain 1. Starting with our next stitches, it's the beginning of the repeat for the sides. So looking down on round 90, we're going to double crochet in the cluster, and then back on round 93, we will single crochet in that front post single. And then back on round 90, we will double crochet in that next cluster on the other side of the popcorn stitch. Chain 2. Now in round 91, where this V-stitch is, we're going to make 2 single crochet in there. However, we want it to be behind rows 92 and 93 and between these 2 single crochet. So we're just going to fold those used rounds together, slide those singles out of the way, and insert our hook between those 2 singles in that chain 1 of the V. Bring up our loop, finish 1 single crochet, and repeat for a second single crochet. Chain 2. And then on the other side of the popcorn in this next V-stitch, we'll do the same thing, folding those rows to the front, inserting our hook between those folded over single crochet, to make 1 and 2 single crochet, chain 2. And then back on row 90, we will work that double crochet in that cluster, single crochet in the front post single on round 93, double crochet back in that next cluster on row 90, chain 1, front post single around the cluster on round 93, chain 1, repeat on the next cluster, front post single, chain 1, and then on the next cluster we'll make a front post half double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the chain space, chain 1, front post half around the next cluster, chain 1, front post single around the next cluster, chain 1, and once more front post single around the next cluster, chain 1. So starting with this first double crochet in that cluster, all those stitches there, the ones working behind and so on, is the repeat for this side. We will do that a total of 9 times, and I will join you just before the next corner. So when you have worked those 9 repeats down the side, we have a little bit left to finish up before the corner again. So we'll work in a similar manner We will double crochet in that cluster on round 90. Single crochet in the single, front post single that is, double crochet in that next cluster of round 90, chain 2. Work those 2 single crochet behind into round 91, the chain 1 space of the V-stitch, 2 single crochet, then chain 2 in the next V-stitch between the singles, 2 single crochet, chain 2, come down onto round 90 for that double crochet in the cluster, single in the front post single, double crochet down on that next cluster of round 90, chain 1. We'll work a front post single around this next cluster, chain 1, repeat. Oops. There we go. And once more, front post single around that third cluster, chain 1. We'll front post single around the next double crochet, chain 1, repeat, front post single around the double, chain 1, front post half around that last double of the side, chain 1, and then we're ready to start again with that front post double around the corner front post double of last round, chain 1, and then repeat down the following sides. So you'll work that around and finish off with a slip stitch in our starting stitch and fasten off. Round 95, we're using color A. We can start in any of the corners. So finding any of those front post doubles from last round in the corner, we're going to work a back post single crochet around that stitch to start this row. We're going to make a picot 4 single crochet side closing. So it's a chain 4. Then we'll insert in the top loop of that single crochet we just made and that side loop, and we will make a single crochet in there. Picot 4 with the side single crochet side closing. Back post single around this next stitch, chain 1. Back post single around the next stitch, and then we'll make that picot 4. So 4 chain, insert in the top and side loop of that back post single, and make a single crochet. Back post single around the next stitch, chain 1. Back post single around the next stitch, and make that 4 chain picot with the side single crochet. So I will just refer to those as picots. They're all worked in this way. And then back post single around the next stitch, chain 1, back post single with the picot. Then the next stitch is going to be the start of a repeat for the side. We want to work into round 93, so that's my gray round. We're going to work behind the last round. There should be a chain 1 space that's before the front post single that we worked around the popcorn. So we're going to single crochet in that chain 1 space. So then we want to come down to round 91 and place a front post double around the first leg of that V-stitch before the next popcorn. So that's a front post double crochet, chain 1. And then in last round, round 94, we want to work behind 93. So we're going to skip this first single crochet. We'll single crochet in the next one. Single crochet in the chain 2 space. Make a picot 4. Single crochet in the same chain 2 space, skip the next single, single crochet in the next, chain 1, and then we want to come down and finding this next V-stitch on the second leg, working in front of all the rounds, place a front post double crochet around that double. So in round 93 again, behind last round, finding that chain 1 space that's just past that popcorn, we will single crochet in there. We'll work a picot 4, back post single crochet around that next front post single, chain 1, back post single around the next front post single, picot 4, back post single around the front post half double crochet, chain 1, back post single around the double, chain 1, back post single around that front post half, picot 4, back post single around that front post single, chain 1, back post single around that next front post single, picot 4. And then we're ready to start our repeat again with that single crochet behind that other popcorn. So I'll work the repeat once more with you. We will do it a total of 9 times. So single crochet in the chain 1 space of round 93, just before the popcorn. And then finding on round 91, the first part of that V-stitch, will make a front post double crochet, chain 1. And then working behind, we'll skip that single crochet in the next, single crochet in the chain 2 space, make a picot 4, single crochet in the same chain 2 space, skip the single crochet in the next, chain 1, front post double on round 91, the second part of this next V-stitch, and then a 93 single crochet in the chain one space just past that popcorn, picot 4, back post single around the next, for that front post single, chain 1, back post single around the next front post stitch, picot 4, back post single around the next stitch, chain 1, back post single around that double crochet, chain 1, back post single around that front post half double crochet, picot 4, back post single around the next front post single, chain 1, back post single around that last front post single, picot 4. So that's 2 repeats. You want to do that, like I said, a total of 9 times down the side, and I will meet you at that spot. It's a good idea to just double check each time you do one of these repeats that you have the right number of picots in each section. It's easy to miss one. So when you have worked those 9 repeats down the side, we have a little bit to do before the corner. We are going to start with that single crochet in the chain 1 space before that next popcorn, and then make that front post double around the first part of that next V-stitch, chain 1, working behind, finding that second single crochet, we'll single crochet in the chain 2 space and work that picot, single crochet back in that chain 2 space, skip that nest, single in the next, chain 1, and then come down and make that front post double around the second part of that next V-stitch, and then past this next popcorn, finding that chain 1 space around 93, we'll single crochet in there and make that picot 4, back post single around this first front post single, chain 1, back post single around the next stitch, picot 4, and repeat, back post single around the next stitch, chain 1, back post single around the next stitch, picot 4, back post single around the next stitch, chain 1, back post single around the next stitch, picot 4. Oops. And then we're ready to work this next corner again with that back post single around the front post double, make the picot 4, and then we're ready to work down the next side. So you'll repeat that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off, remembering to double check each side before going to the next one, that you have enough of the picots in the proper places. Round 96, we're using color D. We're going to be starting to work at any of the corners. We want to find the first of those 4 picot before the corner, and we'll be working in each of these 8 picot around the corner. So starting in this very first one, we see these chain 4. We can insert, if I hold it apart, you can see the space there in the chain. We'll insert our hook in there. We'll make a single crochet, chain 3, 3 times. So that's 1 single crochet, chain 3 twice, single crochet, chain 3, 3 times, and 1 more single crochet in that same picot for our first flower. We'll chain 2, and then we'll repeat in the next picot. Single crochet, chain 3, 3 times, 1 more single in the same picot, chain 2. We'll do that a total of 7 times. So when you work those 7 repeats or sets of flowers, we're going to do 1 more set of the 3 single crochet, chain 3, placing an extra single or the 4th single after that 3rd set of chain 3, and then this time we will chain 3 instead of the chain 2. I'm working today, I have a little bit of a noisy household, so I have this bird music in the background just to help drown that out a bit. Hopefully it's not too loud for you. So finding round 93, that's my gray round, we are going to skip this first single crochet, chain 3 single crochet, and we want to single crochet in the front post single that was worked around the popcorn. Chain 3. We'll skip the chain 3 and the back post single crochet or the base single crochet. We'll single crochet in this next single just before that next chain 3, and then chain 3. Okay, and this little bit here is the start of our repeat. And then again along this next part here, which we're calling the shell, in that first picot of last round, we will make those single crochet, chain 3, 3 times. Oops. And 1 more single crochet in that same picot, chain 2. You can go ahead and do that twice more. So you'll work those 3 flowers, and then in that last picot we'll do again those 3 sets of single crochet, chain 3 single crochet plus the 4th single, and this time we'll chain 3 instead of 2. So starting from that single crochet there, that's our repeat for the side. We will do that 9 times. So to start that again, we skip this first single crochet, chain 3 single crochet of round 93. Single crochet in that front post single, chain 3, skip the chain 3 single, single crochet in that next single crochet, chain 3, and then we'll work those shells again in the flowers with the chain 2 in between. The last one, remember, is a chain 3 instead of chain 2. So you can work that a total of 9 times down the side, and I'll meet you there. Now, sometimes when making these flowers, you may find it helpful after the first 2 single crochet, chain 3, sort of slide those first couple single crochet over to make more room for the others and to help them be evenly spread around that picot. So when you have worked that down the side, those 9 repeats, you'll want to do 1 more of that single crochet in the front post single, chain 2, skip the chain 3 and single, and then single crochet in that next single, chain 3. And then we've reached those corner picots where we will work those flowers again, chain 2 in between each. After the 8th one, remember, is just a chain 3. So you can go ahead, work this all the way around, joining to our starting stitch, fastening off at the end of the round, and I'll see you back here for part 14 next week.